Whatsoever you do in word or deed, do unto the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God and by his Father. I went down to the Citadel and I thought I would go into pre-med. But biology and chemistry and football the first semester convinced me that I was not going to be pre-med. So then I thought, well, the Air Force looks pretty good.
Okay.
And spent 4 years there. And that was probably going to be more traveling than what we wanted to do. So loved it, but figured we needed to put down some roots. And been in the car business ever since. Feel like I've done about 50 or 60 years, and I'm only 65. So. But Dad didn't have us working that early. My son Charlie is actually the dealer now.
Wow.
And my daughter Laura is his office manager. So when you talk about nepotism, you can look at me and it's still perpetuating.
They get along pretty good though.
Yeah, they always were close, and they rely on each other. Years leading up to my presidency, we had a recession. I had both of my franchises, Chrysler and GM, declare bankruptcy. I received one of those wind down letters from General Motors. And so before I became president, I was worrying, and worrying's not the right word, because again, the Lord gives me a faith that he's in control. There was some stress during those periods, but I guess as 2010, I finally got my reinstatement terms, which meant I had to build a new franchise, build a new facility, get a different location, but at least I had a path forward at that time. My first association with SCADA that I can remember was going to Puerto Rico for our summer convention back in '78. And Claude and I were able to go because Mom and Dad couldn't go. So from that time forward, I've been associated with SCADA, and just looking at the professionalism, the effectiveness of it, I've always been appreciative of it. And when I became the president, I could see that, my task was to make sure that this went on, to make sure that we had an executive vice president that could lead us into the future. And I'd have to say that I was very successful at that. And I thank you for being that person.
Yes, sir.
Again, as a family business, we just celebrated 100 years since my grandfather first sold Chevrolets. And I would say that our leadership and our father are things that we need to keep in mind. I've served on a lot of different boards, and I've said this often, that I've never been surrounded by so many good Christian men as I have been with SCADA. And now being chauvinistic, we have several women board members too.
Yeah,
so let me include men and women. We're surrounded by good Christians in this association.